Today's story comes from 1 Samuel, chapter 28.
Are you ready to hear great stories from the Bible with a nice dose of lighthearted humor? It's time for The Bible, but Funnier, with your host, Jake Doberenz.
At this time, Saul was the king, the top dog, the head honcho. However, he didn't actually feel large and in charge. He had a battle to fight against the Philistines that he didn't actually think he could win. That army was big and scary, and he didn't know if he was up for the challenge. So Saul turned to God to get a fix on how to handle the dilemma. He tried all the usual methods to reach God, including sending a DM, a divine message. But God totally left him on read. God and Saul had a, how shall we say this, strained relationship since Saul made some poor choices as God's chosen king. Unsure of what to do next, Saul said to his servants, "I have no choice. Send for me a woman that is a medium. Yes, a witch." The servant knew that Saul had previously outlawed witchcraft and sent them packing. But he knew of a friend who knew the dog belonging to the cousin of a medium, so he timidly said to his master, I know a witch at Endor." Saul shot back, "Endor? Isn't that in a galaxy far, far away?" "No, actually, it's kind of in the Galilee region." "Oh, okay. Take me there. Immediately." But before traveling there, Saul put on a disguise. It would be a really awkward encounter if the king showed up to request the services of a medium, the same group of people that he had banished. Saul put on a fake mustache and fake glasses and changed his fancy robes for noticeably less fancy robes. Yet even in disguise, he was not going to slip into those off-brand robes. By no means. With the servant leading the way, he traveled to Endor, arriving there at night. He knocked on her door. A woman answered the door.
"If you are here for the Ewoks, I'll let you know we don't have any of those here."
No, I want you to divine a spirit that I will name and bring him up from the dead." She ushered him inside.
No, you have got to be crazy. Haven't you heard that Saul banned all the mediums and necromancers? If I do that, I could be killed. And I still have so many things to do on my bucket list.
Saul softly chuckled to himself. "Yes, I know what that devilishly handsome Saul guy has done, but I swear to you by the Lord that no harm will come to you."
Fine. After all, I haven't necromanced in so long, it's been killing me.
She started her ritual.
Okay. Who should I bring up first? A loved one? Your grandma? Maybe a famous celebrity? I heard Moses has some real hot goss.
No, just some guy named Samuel. After an elaborate dance and some things thrown into a pot, Samuel appeared before her. And that's when she realized who was asking her to do this.
Wait a minute. You are Saul. You tricked me.
No, it's fine. No need to be alarmed. Just tell me, what do you see? I need to know.
Very well, then. It's like a god coming up out of the earth.
Okay, good. What does he look like?
Like an old man. You know, with those telltale old man robes.
For some reason, that was enough for Saul to realize it was truly Samuel. Saul bowed before him. Samuel spoke. Saul could hear him, but not see him. "What is the big idea here? I was trying to get some eternal rest." I I am in great distress. The Philistines are warring against me. God isn't returning any of my calls. I don't know what to do. So, Samuel, what should I do?" "Stop your groveling, you young whippersnapper. Why would you come to me? If the Lord has turned from you, you're in trouble, bud. The Lord is doing exactly what the Lord spoke through me. The kingdom is being taken away from you. You're going to lose this coming battle. You and your sons will be here with me. Israel will fall." Saul collapsed on the ground, weakened by the words that Samuel had spoken. He became aware of how little time on earth he had left. Seeing him in this state, the witch of Endor came to him and said,
"Listen, I did everything you said. Now, return the favor. Eat some bread."
She shoved some bread toward the king's mouth to give him sustenance, but he swatted it away. Saul's servants pleaded with him to eat as well, and eventually he gave in. The medium prepared a nice home-cooked meal, even served steak, cooked medium, of course. When the gang had eaten, they went away with little chatter as a somber mood hovered over them. The witch watched them leave. "Well, now I can lose the witch's voice. You know, he's a nice fella. I might have to bring him up from the grave time to time, chat with him, since he'll be dead here soon. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea." There are many intriguing things about this passage. We could go down multiple rabbit trails. We see in this account Saul's desperate last grab at power. When all else fails, he does something he'd normally never approve of. After all, he was the one that sent all the mediums away. Saul has morphed into the bad guy of the story as time has gone on, and he's been obsessed with keeping the throne. That has continued in today's episode. It's all a reminder to be faithful to God, but also we're reminded that supposed bad characters, like a witch, might not be all that bad at all. After all, she seems to feel pity on Saul and helps him out. I don't know. There's a lot of different messages we can get, but one of those is probably not that it's totally legitimate to, raise the dead. The Bible, but Funnier, is a production of Theophany Media. You can find Theophany Media at theophanymedia.com and on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at Theophany Media. As always, this show is written and hosted by Jake Doberenz. The music is by Kenny Doberenz. The voice at the beginning and end is by Seth Parker.
Thanks for listening to The Bible, but Funnier. Join us again next Monday for another crazy ride through Scripture.